The Guardian, 2 months old article. That's like ancient news on the internet, but I just found out about it, so I have to talk. Stop matching lone female Ukrainian refugee women with single men. UN agency intervenes after claims predatory men are using the homes for Ukraine scheme to target the vulnerable. So let me get this straight, because this is a little bit concerning. I want to be like a journalist. This is what journalists do. They get concerned every single time. This is concerning. So the United Nations, they looked at different countries where Ukrainian people are going towards. Like they're going in Turkey, they're going in Poland, they're going to Germany, they're going to Britain. And what they concluded is that what is happening in the UK? Blimey! We need to take a stand against it. UK, do better. No, seriously, like, why did they single out UK? Out of all the countries where the refugees are going towards. It's just the problem is in the UK. How did the UK take millions upon millions upon millions of refugees, and this wasn't the problem until now? Look, I'm just asking questions. How did they do it? How did they take so many? Like, there were like all the wave of refugees and the borders, and refugees are welcome here. And the UN didn't have a problem up till now. What happened recently? What is different this time? What is happening this time? And again, why isn't it happening in other nations? I'm starting to think that the story I read in my country a couple of weeks ago, when this whole thing started, I found it funny, but now not so much. There were a couple of Ukrainian refugees that got on a bus which was leaving Romania, and when they found out that the bus was heading for Sweden, they got off. And I was like, but why? Maybe they knew something. So, the UN Refugee Agency has called on the UK government to intervene to stop single British men from being matched up with lone Ukrainian women seeking refuge from war because of fears of sexual exploitation. Following claims that predatory men are using the Homes for Ukraine scheme to target the vulnerable, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees told The Guardian a more appropriate matching process is required. What we could do is to match them with families or couple. Oh, what a fucking beautiful idea. Didn't this actually happen in Britain already? Where a family took a Ukrainian refugee and she fell in love with the husband and then they ran away? Like, this made international news just a couple of weeks ago. You know, I gotta say, like, I don't know how many of you have a wife. I happen to have one. Hashtag brag. But I don't know if I can convince her to take a Yushikushi Ukrainian lady in my home. Because I remember she is the one that brought up the news to me with the British man, which ran away with the Ukrainian lass. And she said, I would never allow you to have this in our home. And I'm like, but why, darling? I mean, we're making an act of kindness. She said, it is dangerous. Hashtag consent. She viewed it as dangerous. How would you convince... No, this is actually a good question. How would you convince the family or married couple to let, let's say, a 20-year-old Ukrainian that's fleeing war into their homes? I know that Britain is a progressive country, but I don't think they're that progressive. So the United Nations should probably come up with a different solution. YouTube moderator, I know you're watching this, aren't you? Would your girlfriend or wife allow you? Be honest, okay? I will never know the answer. But I don't know how many women would be okay with that. I mean, I wouldn't probably be able with letting a handsome man in my house either. I'm a married man, okay? Like, the temptation, my wife. Dangerous. Dangerous, the way she put it. Under the government's Homes for Ukraine scheme, British hosts must link up with Ukrainian refugees themselves, leaving tens of thousands of people to resort to unregulated social media groups to connect. They are mature adults, you do realize this. Like, you don't have to regulate consensual acts between adults Like, if I go to the UK right now, and I use I use Facebook, and I try to connect with a British citizen to allow me to sit into their house, like, why would that need to be regulated? Kind of weird, isn't it? A government-backed matching service run by Charity Reset offers to match UK hosts with refugees, but has been operating for just over a week. Those who want to move to the UK must have a sponsor before applying for a visa. In a statement, the UN said that there was needed for adequate safeguards and vetting measures to be in place against exploitation. So let me get this straight. Like, so far, there hasn't been a single case where a woman has been exploited. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but like, it hasn't, right? And yet the UN is concerned. But like, my concern over the UN concern is, why aren't they concerned about the other countries? Like, why aren't they concerned about, I don't know, Turkey? There's been a lot of Ukrainians. I think there's 80,000 Ukrainians that sought refuge in Turkey. Why aren't they concerned about that? Why aren't they concerned about Poland? Why is it that it's the UK that they found to be concerned about? I'm pretty sure there might be a legitimate reason for concern, but I just don't happen to know it, so this is why I'm asking. The UN believes that a more appropriate matching process could be found. Matching done without the appropriate oversight may lead to increasing the risk women may face, in addition to the trauma of displacement, family separation, and violence that's already experienced. So you're basically being bigots. You're being bigoted. Like, you're already assuming that the men who are welcoming refugees into their homes are nefarious. They're doing it for nefarious purposes. You don't trust them, do you? Leading refugee charity raised the concern. Oh my God, so many people are concerned. Do you see, this is what it means to be a journalist. Like, you can't be a journalist if you're not a person that easily gets concerned. I need to focus my concerned face. Like, how does a journalist look like when he is concerned? Is this good? Does this look concerning? I'm concerned right now. About the Homes for Ukraine scheme, in a letter to Michael Gove, the ministry in charge of the scheme, the head of safeguarding, blah, blah, blah. One 30-year-old woman from Ukraine who has been searching for an appropriate person to match in the UK wrote that she had received suggestive messages from men on Facebook app. I was approached by one older guy from London who said that I would have to share the bedroom with him and asked if I was okay with that. I don't see... Look, this is consensual. Like, this is not predatory. Predatory would have been if she would have gotten into the UK, and once in the UK, he would have said, no, you have to share the bedroom. But, like, if he is saying outright, like, if he is saying this before, now you can say, okay, well, that's kind of like this. Come on, dude. Like, really? Really? Like, you're going to take advantage of a refugee. But that's different than being predatory. It's being an asshole, okay? Being an asshole, being predatory, they can intersect at certain points, but they can also be separated. Like, some people can be assholes without being predatory. All predatory people are assholes, however. The Times reported this was that a journalist posing as a 22-year-old Ukrainian woman from Kiev found that within minutes of posting a message on the Facebook group, the UK host, she was inundated with inappropriate messages. Someone said, I have a large bed. We could sleep together. I am ready to help you, and maybe you can help me also. Right, so, look, obviously, this is going to have problems. Like, you have beautiful young women that are desperate, and you're saying that men can take them into their homes. But my question is, why are you targeting UK and not the other nations? Number one. And number two, have there even been any such cases? Because from what I can see, it's not predatory. It's more like people trying to take advantage, but they're doing it consensually. Like they're asking, hey, are you okay with this? Like, if you're not okay with this, you don't have to choose that guy. Like, you can... You know, it's kind of like the dating market. Like, some people are perverts, some aren't, but that doesn't mean that you can't use your knowledge in order to filter out the wheat from the chaff. But do let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.